You guys, it is officially fall, and that is just so utterly exciting to me. I want to say fall is my favorite time of the year, but I honestly feel like every single time a season changes and the weather begins to change, I just fall completely head over heels in love with that season, whatever season it might be. Fall is such a fabulous time of the year because it's a time to air out your house, rearrange furniture, fluff pillows, wash bedding, and of course for me, it is a time to continue the food preservation that honestly this time of year kind of feels endless. For today, my food preservation involves freezing these peaches, and I have some nectarines I'm freezing, and then harvesting all of the onions. So I harvested my first couple batches of them last night, and today it is time to finish. However, on the way to the bottomless pit of my garden, I did want to collect some things for fall decor. And so today I'm also really excited to be sharing with you some different ideas for decorating that involve no money, which is so wonderful in my opinion. All you're going to need for these decorations is really just outside nature and different plants around your place that you can pick. And if you live in the city, then you can of course jump in your car and drive along some country roads and just pick some grass off the side of the road and pick some dried flowers. You don't have to be picky in order to really make some beautiful fall arrangements. Now, for the longest time, I really liked a lot of Hobby Lobby and just the typical fall decor that is out there these days, but I have found such a pleasure in bringing more of really nature inside of my home, especially now that I just have been so in love with gardening the past few years in particular. And although I'm excited for less gardening work, the thought of suddenly having nothing to do with a garden anymore kind of saddens me. And so having the ability to bring these things inside and preserve that feeling of life just a little bit longer really makes me happy. So after I just went through the herb gardens and the flower gardens and just collected different herbs, I collected sage and basil and thyme and chamomile and just lots of odds and ends. I put them in a basket and then I went out and finished harvesting all of our onions, which were pretty good this year. Although I have to admit, I am so embarrassed by how my garden has turned out the past month or so in particular, because we've just been gone so very much. My garden's really gotten kind of out of control. And one of my goals for this year was to have the least weedy garden that I've ever had. And I have to say this past month, I have really failed at that. However, despite the fact that the weeds just totally took over in my onion patch the past month or so, I am so incredibly grateful with the couple 100 pounds of onions that we got out of our garden this year. So now with the onions stored away safely in our garage, I headed back into the house where I brought my basket with all my little collection of goodies, and I'm going to be making a garland for the top of our mantle. And I have to say, I have always absolutely loved mantles, but we've never had one either in my folks' place or in the homes my husband and I have lived in since we got married. And so having this one now that my husband actually built for me, you can see that in our home remodeling video, is so much fun. It's such a fun spot and focal point to really decorate and emphasize. And so I just threw a ton of different wild plants up here that can just carry on that beautiful fall color, fall feels, and aroma just a bit longer. And yes, you guys, these flowers are going to wither up. They're going to turn brown. It's not going to be as beautiful as it is right now. It's going to collect dust, but that is okay because it costs me no money. It brings me a ton of joy on the meantime. And it's such a fun way to bring the outside into the inside world of your home. And so I highly recommend you go out and collect whatever it is you have on your property or on the sides of public roads as you're taking walks. And just gather some wild bouquets and stick some stuff on a mantle or put some stuff on your piano or whatever it is to add a cozy, warm, welcoming feeling to your home for this fall season. So I did end up just going kind of crazy with these garlands, and I went out and filled up my basket again. This time I had some maple branches, I had some echinacea flowers, some yarrow, and just a whole bunch of random stuff from outside. And I basically just piled it all on the piano, and honestly, I love the feeling that it gives to our home. Both of these decorations, I just love the feeling that it creates that is so natural and so organic and so beautiful and straight from outside my front door. So many things can tag along with fall that don't just have to do with decorating. Opening your windows to let in the fresh, crisp, new air, fluffing up your pillows, or giving your blankets a little bit of extra love are all just simple ways to really make your home comfortable for that season. This might also include washing your sheets. I ended up putting baking soda on my mattress. Maybe it involves rearranging a little bit of furniture, changing some things up, really just creating a loving environment for yourself or for your family to thrive in this next season. A simple way that I've fallen even more in love with decorating my home is using different things from the garden to actually be my decor. And one reason for this is because I am a bit of a minimalist and I don't like to collect tons of stuff that I pull out seasonally and have to store the rest of the year. And so I have loved finding simple ways to decorate for the seasons without spending a lot of money, because I'm also a penny pincher, but also not collecting tons of junky little items. And so the next thing that I worked on was making this wooden DIY wreath, and I will link down below another option on a video that I recently made in the spring of how to make one of these wreaths very similar to this one I made today. And you guys, this is out of some old blackberry branches from a bush that didn't make it this year. My transplanting was an epic fail when it came to this plant in particular. And so I just added some yellow flowers from my porch, hung it up on my front door, and now I have this beautiful wreath that costs me exactly no money. I finished up my fall decorating by just putting some random little dried flowers and sticks throughout my house in vases and lighting a candle, and really, my home is feeling awfully fallish now. All I need is a cup of tea. But as fall continues, I will be bringing in all of the squash, and I'll definitely be incorporating that into my fall decor as well. I hope, if nothing else, that this video just reminded us all that it doesn't take a lot of money, it doesn't take tons of wealth or tons of bins of fall decor to create a really beautiful and inviting atmosphere for anyone that you are bringing into your home, including yourself. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. I will link down below my other homemaking videos. If you enjoy homemaking, home decor, farming, that type of a lifestyle, then please subscribe, because I will have many more of those videos coming in the future. So you guys, thank you so much for all of your support, and have a great week. Bye.